anything because of it. We have to keep a social distancing has to be maintained, your hygiene has to be maintained, your cleanliness has to be maintained. You have to maintain the precautions, but at the same time, the economic comfort that we have, that has to be maintained, and that is the most important thing that is needed in today's times. That we have to be I personally feel that today health, of course, physical, mental, or social is important, but more than that, in today's time, the economic well-being is very, very important. And economic well-being can only come up when we are physically fit and we are mentally fit. Okay, we will fight this thing and we will move ahead with it. So foremost, the thing is, make a discipline for yourself, make a dedicated approach to whatever you're doing. Remove the fear and the scare out of your minds that this COVID, if we go to office or we go to XYZ place, we will be engulfed with the virus. You will not be if you are taking your precautions into place. Few things, I would just say take a walk. I am very much in favor of stretching. I stretch myself every day, 1 hour a day, and I do very simple exercises in stretching, which I would share them with Pooja and Oma later on, which all of you, we all are 50 and above, or maybe in the late 40s, taking our second innings. I will share those two. I call them Ram Bans. I've shared them with hundreds of my clients. I'll share them with you. You can just practice these few stretching exercises. The longer you are in the pose or the longer you are in that position, the better benefits you would have. That is one thing. Food-wise, try to keep into a vegetarian diet. I mean, many of you may be non-vegetarian. I'm not saying don't take a non-vegetarian diet, but either try to couple it up with a lot of salads or vegetables or something so that you can metabolize the protein, you can break it down, there's more fiber in your food, so that this has broken it down. And another thing I would say, chew your water and drink your food. When I say this, through the lockdown, I would have attended so many webinars, and one of the webinars was by Mahadevan, our actor, and this is what he said. He gave a lecture in the Harvard University, and he says, chew your water and drink your food. When we are chewing our water, he means is when you take a sip of water, let the water be there in the mouth for some time, in your throat, and then go into the digestive tract. I have noticed is that the Muslim community, when they drink water, they never drink water standing up. I came across an old lady many, many years ago, and she took water from me. There was no chair at that time, and she sat down on the floor. I asked her why. She says, no, in our Quran it is written. And now when I've got into depth of the body, I have seen that, yes, she's very right. Because when you're taking water, sitting down in a calm position, in a peaceful position, the water just travels along your organs and reaches to the right place. Whereas if you're standing and just taking sips of water like how we normally do, it would not do that much of good how much it will do when we are sitting down. And when we say drink your food, so it means that you chew your food like 32 times or how much ever longer you can do, so that you, with the saliva, you're metabolizing the food right in the mouth itself. And your stomach has to do the least amount of work. It's already pre-digested in the mouth before it actually reaches your digestive tract and your intestines and all. So these are small things that all of us can incorporate into our daily lives, and they can even carry on post-COVID as well. We don't need to be just in removing the pain, fatigue, tiredness, whatever may be the reason. Bay leaf, now, virus, it attacks our lungs. So the more strong we make our lungs, the better it is. Now, how would we do it? Like they say that cardamom is queen of spices, and black pepper is king of There's a slight trick in this. Today it is like 4 black pepper. Tomorrow you increase it to 6, 8, 10, 12, and then you decrease the number of pepper in it. And this like will come for 1 week to 10 days. You can very safely take this every month to build your immunity. It can be taken by one and all in the family. You want to add sugar or honey to it after the decoction is ready, you can do it. If you just want to have it plain without any sugar or honey, that's also perfectly fine. And this helps in treating coughs. If somebody has a persistent cough or somebody has persistent allergic problems, it is like the most safest holistic treatment to be done during this, during now and whenever in your life. Then there is another small little formula, is that all of us, we use a lot of dhania. Dhania, I'm just forgetting the name in English. Coriander seeds. Now, coriander seeds, thank you, Divya. Coriander seeds are very good in cooling, but on the other hand, they create phlegm in the body. So people, of course, who don't have a asthmatic problem or who are not having too many of coughs and colds and all, they can take coriander, because here in your South Indian food, coriander is added a lot. But what people who have a phlegm problem and who feel that the phlegm is being created a lot, so that your taste doesn't get spoiled, you can have the coriander to whatever quantity you are using it. Just to counteract it, what you could do is that you can make a mixture of cumin, jeera, and ajwain. Ajwain is omam. So if you take equal proportion of cumin seeds and ajwain seeds, you roast them separately, because cumin takes longer time to roast and ajwain takes lesser time to roast. So roast them separately, grind them together. This would become a digestive powder for you. You can add this to your food, to your dry vegetables and all. Otherwise, you can even your raitas or your salads and all. Otherwise, you could, if you have a digestive problem or you have a phlegm problem, or sometimes you've overeaten and you just want to be very easy on your stomach in the night, you can just have half a teaspoon of this and have a glass of water after that. So this will be a carminative for you. So these are like few tips which I have in mind. Would anybody like to have a question, Pooja or Uma? Hi, Pooja.
Yeah, I'll open it up to the audience. Like, many have joined. So if they want to have any discussion with you.
Yeah, sure. So I'll answer the questions.
Sure.
And then I'll, I can always then carry on with the reflexology, what they can do with the DIY.
Anybody? Any questions for Doctor?
Hi, Dr. Ravneet, that was great. A lot of good information there. So my question was that in case if you want to take in, some calcium basically in your diet naturally, so what are the things you should be eating to, ensure that enough of calcium is there in your body?
See, for calcium, I'll tell you, of course, we all are taking milk and milk products and all, but you can always take a teaspoon of till seeds, till sesame seeds.
Right.
Yeah, so sesame seeds would again be like a potent thing for you to increase your calcium content. Then even your flax seeds, like as we're talking of sesame seeds, so in seeds, the flax seeds which are there, they are very rich in fiber. They are a great antioxidant, and they develop a lot of immunity and do a lot of good in our body. So flaxseed, what we normally do is we make a panjiri because they give a lot of energy as well. So we roast the flax seeds dry, then we grind them and it becomes a powder. Right. This powder then we add it to roasted atta with ghee, and then we add like a handful of dried fruits and some brown sugar to it, and have this like in the morning with my bed tea, about 3 or 4 tablespoons of this. So this fills my stomach also. So it helps me to not overeat because it fills my stomach.
Right.
And then the flaxseed, it sort of swells up in our intestinal tract. So it keeps us fuller for a longer time. I would even share this recipe with Pooja, and they can do it. See, what I have done is I have say put everything together and tried to create different recipes for myself and for my friends and family, which gives them everything in proper proportion, and the purpose is solved. So they have a healthy well-being, and the purpose is solved. So this even brings strength to the bones. It even the flaxseed again has many benefits. So flaxseed, sesame seeds. Okay, one more thing what you could do is that our walnuts, they are a very rich source of protein and calcium and all. So all of you, you can take one walnut, you can boil the walnut in a glass of milk, if milk is suitable to you, and boil it for around 5-7 minutes, and you can take that in the night. It is a very potent drink which helps you with fulfilling your protein requirements, protein and your calcium requirements. And it gives you the sleep that you have never imagined for. So anybody who has an insomnia problem and all, the earlier lungs purifying drink that I told you, that also, and this walnut boiled with milk, or you could boil it with water also if you are lactose intolerant and all, you could always boil it with water also and have this in the night time. Somebody has the sugar craving, they can add 1 or 2 dates to it.
Right. Yes. Thank you. And this is especially essential, I think, for vegetarians who are looking for ways to add protein to their diet.
Yeah, see, this walnut was, I'm a pure vegetarian, so maybe that's why I emphasize a lot on vegetarian. So if you start taking 1 walnut with a glass of milk quantity can be whatever you like. So boil it with that, put 1 or 2 dates in that, and have that in the night after dinner. And then it will actually help you with your entire protein and calcium quantity. And the flaxseed panjiri, you can have it in the morning.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll share both these recipes with you. Yeah.
Right. And the last one was, I also had a question around what are some lightweight snacks to have? Because you're at home the whole day and you don't want any heavy duty fattening snacks. So what are some of the lightweight snacks that people can make at home, or, basically healthy snacks to have?
Yeah, okay. I would go more in for fruits, I would like salads or fruits, because I'm not a snacking person. So my snack actually, this panjiri, if you start taking in the morning, and this walnut in the night, you would not feel like snacking at all.
Right.
You would not actually feel like snacking at all. So it's better if you take an apple, which is again fiber is there and keeps you full. Or if you like a banana, you can cut a banana and have it with milk.
Right.
Add it with sugar or little honey. So it will keep it's a healthy snack. It will fill your stomach also and give you that satiety also. You need to feel full, not only full, but you need to feel, yes, I've taken something. Yeah. So this would be maybe after your lunch or something, instead of a dessert, you can cut a banana and have it with little milk.
Right.
Banana shake, or you just cut pieces and have it in a bowl, which would give you that, okay, I've had a dessert kind of.
Sure. Thank you.
Welcome.
Any more questions, or can we move ahead? Okay. All right, Dr. Reena, you can take it ahead.
Yeah, sure. So now I'll come to my what has actually brought me to second innings, and how I met Pooja was through reflexology. And it was actually, I didn't know how to market it, what to do. So she's been a real guiding source in hearing all my stories and guiding me very methodologically to reach this step. Today, the name of my company is ProReflex and Urban Unwind. ProReflex is a wellness center, which we have it in the 3 premier clubs. Bangalore Club, we have a wellness center. The Century Club, we have a wellness spa. the KGA, we have which is the Karnataka Golf Association. We have a wellness spa and a salon over there. And now on 5th of November, in the midst of COVID, we have taken up a space on the Well Road. We've opened up a wellness spa here, which we call the Urban Unwind. Now here, what we do is that all our therapeutic massages, they are based on the ancient science of reflexology. Reflexology is an ancient science which was developed by the Chinese 4,000 years ago, picked up by which was basically meant to remove pain in their body. What they felt is that whenever they touch the feet or the hands of somebody, and some points they touch, they could remove a discomfort or pain in a coordinating organ of the body. So say if I have a shoulder pain or something and I press certain points on my foot, I can actually relieve the pain, or I can identify it, or I can see. That is how reflexology came into being. Then 2,500 years ago, the physician Saqqara from Egypt, he visited China and he felt that this was a very nice science and it could be taken to his country. And that is how reflexology came into being into the Egyptian culture. So if you see the paintings that are depicted in Egypt, you'll find many people, pressing each other's hands or feet, was mainly to relieve the pain or give a comfort level or make people feel nice about it. That was the main idea behind it. Then in early 1900s, it was Dr. Fitzgerald, who's known as the father of reflexology, and then Dr. Onis Ingham, who brought reflexology. They called it first initially zone therapy. Then the name developed into reflexology. They brought it into the hospitals of the Western world, America to start with, and then in other countries. Like Denmark insures people who are practicing reflexology. Like it's an insured therapy. Same way, even Japan and all, now it's coming as an insured therapy. You get paid for if you receive a therapy in a hospital or the centers and all that. Now, reflexology, what it mainly does is that it is helping you to, of course, get a relaxation, a rejuvenation, a re-energization. But other than that, it is helping you to identify what is the problem in your body. Like when we do a foot reflexology for any client, when we are doing a 1 hour, we are working from the toes to the knees. We use our hands and we use a wooden stick. We are doing 72 movements in each foot. Now with 72 movements, if an experienced reflexologist is there, we can actually diagnose as to which organ or body part needs attention. Many times we have a pain in our body. We just say we are tired, there is a pain, there's a pain, but we don't know what is the thing. So when a reflexologist who's a trained therapist, they do it, then they can actually tell you that this, we may not know what is the problem inside your body, but we can tell you, see your liver or your heart or your intestines, we can pinpoint it that they need attention. So at least without a blood test, you get a diagnostic overview and then you can move forward. Other than that, of course, it relaxes you, it rejuvenates you, it refreshes you, it re-energizes you as to, you feel good about it. And we always say that if your feet hurt, you hurt all over. So if you've given why do we put our feet, soak our feet in hot water? Now, when I'm saying hot water, okay, there's another thing that all of you can do at home. That will even help you in sanitizing yourself, that will even help you in giving a comfort to yourself. Coffee pulls the pain or say sucks the pain. So somebody, if you're very, very tired, we've always heard of that salt in water gives a relief. Epsom salt you can put in water. Other than that, you can always put 1 tablespoon of your filter coffee, even the coffee that you've used in the morning, and you have your filter coffee decoction, the residue is there. You can put a tablespoon in the water and you can dip your feet in that. That will help you in relieving your pain. Then other than that, to sanitize your foot, to give it a feel-good factor, you can make a combination of, I will share it with Divya, I will share it with Pooja and with Uma, But before that, I'll tell you, you can take a few slices of lime. You can take like a 1-inch piece of ginger grated or crushed. You can take salt. You can take turmeric. And you can take these lemongrass leaves. You can like put all of them into a bucket of water, and with the lime and salt, you can actually scrub your feet. And the ginger and the lemongrass and the turmeric will be put in water. You can soak your feet in that. Now, when you soak your feet in that and keep them, say for 5, 10, 15 minutes, you'll actually feel very, very relieved with that. You feel easy, you feel comfortable, you feel nice about it. This is one more thing that all of you can do at home. Now, talking about reflexology, I'll show you. You can get the chair. Can you just give me a hot towel? So, what I'll show you, like a few DIY steps that all of you can actually practice yourself at home, which, of course, somebody else does it for you. You will feel very nice about it, but you all can do it yourself also. And I'll just do it on this foot, then it'll be easier for you to see. And come. Yeah, I'll do it on Moy and show it to you. Olivia, you can bring the phone here. Yeah, come on. We always use white linen because I feel that the linen that, see here also when we're doing a reflexology with men we start with the left, with women we start with the right. It's like the yin and the yang energy, and so like it's a hot towel, it makes the person comfortable, and plus you are cleaning it really well. So a few stretching, because when we do foot reflexology, you are stimulating 7,200 nerve endings, 19 muscles, 107 ligaments, and 26 bones in each foot when we are working from your toes to the knees. Now here, like a few stretching exercises that you can do is, we are just holding the foot and we are pressing it towards us, like if somebody else is doing it for you. Now, when you do this, you're working on all the reflex points. I've even put this up on my Instagram also. You can go to the page and see. There's a video. And here, like, is the ball of the foot. So, here then you stretch it towards there. Like, keep it stretched. So, when you are like keeping it stretched, it actually stretches this right up to the thigh. And anybody who has a knee pain and all, when we are stimulating, the calf is getting stretched and the thigh is getting stretched, the hamstring muscles, automatically the pain goes away. Now here, then again, you can just rotate it. So when you're rotating it, you're increasing the flexibility in the body. Now here, all of us, like, you know, on the Pinterest or the Google or the social media, we would have seen that the foot contains all the body parts. The down of the foot has the reflex parts of all the organs. The top of the foot has the reflex points of all the circulatory system. So I'm just creaming my hands, you know, to make it smooth and easy to apply. So cream it really well. So I'll just explain the points to you, and then I'll tell you which points, which movements you could do it for yourself. Now, the foot is divided into 4 regions. The toes, they represent the head region. Now here is like your neck, and here is the head. So all the points on top are the sinus points. Here are your neck points. All the toes will have all your points of your eye, teeth, every toe. Here is like the eye point. If you want to see a point, then here is your eye point. Here is your ear point for the ear. Then the ball of the foot will have all the upper thoracic region points. So here are your trapezius muscles, which all of us, we are sitting on the computer, the laptops, the phone. So most painful area that we have is the trapezius and the shoulders. So here is your trapezius. Here is your shoulder. Here are your lungs. Then here you have your thyroid point. Then if we come to the inside of the foot, here is the point of the stomach, then your duodenum, then your pancreas, then your urinary bladder, then your uterus, and in the center here would be the solar plexus. Then you have your adrenal gland, which is like just as a pin dot on top of your kidneys. And here this large portion is your intestines, like this center part, ball here, the center part of the foot is your intestines. Then the heel of your foot has all your pelvic region, all your reproductive regions, reaching right up to the knee. On the side, in the left foot, you'll have your heart here. In the right foot, you'll have your liver. And here you'll have your ascending and descending colon, respective to your foot. Now here, like the few points that you can do is, I'll show you 5-6 points. Like you just put your thumbs over here, you place them above the heel in the center of the foot, and you just let it go up. You're pressing it, you've pressed it once, and then you're just letting it go up to the toes, like this, nicely. Nicely. This, every movement, do it 3 times. There is no need to do it more than 3 times, because 3 times is enough. So here, when you've done it, you have started from the intestines, which is the digestive system. You've come on to the kidneys, then the adrenal gland you've pressed, which is building your immune system. Then you've come to the solar plexus, which is our navel point. So we brought that, like we stimulated the Agni chakra, and we brought the balance in our body. Then the lungs are there. Then we've come up to all our head region, and you go right up to here. Then later, to touch upon the points of all your organs, you just in a zigzag manner, just come to the sides. Just come to the sides of the foot. So in the zigzag manner, it will come like that, in the sides of the foot. So again, you have touched upon all the points in a very systematic manner. Again, like just do it 2 or 3 times, it's enough. Then with your fist of your hand, you can, from the ball of your foot, you can just, with the pressure, dig your fingers here, and then you can just slide it down nicely. Just slide it down nicely. Just slide it down nicely. Then from here, you can, in a form of a C. So we are working from the heart, because we know that our heart is pumping the blood. From here, we are going to our ears, we are going to the lungs, we are going to our thyroid gland, we are going to the shoulders. So we are letting the blood flow happen properly. So this again, you can do it 3 times. Now, when we want to do the circulatory system and our spine, so here what you can do is, the spine is depicted on the sides of the foot. Both the sides of the foot have the spine region. So here, now here is our shoulder. This is our head. Our neck is over here. The shoulder is here. So again, in a fist, the ankles, this area is all our pelvic region. So what we'll do is, in a fist form, we'll just come here and we'll come down like this till the end of the heel, like this, nicely. So you have worked on your spine. If you'll go into the Pinterest and all, you'll see how each point is actually, even when we do it, the client can actually feel the point over there. Then here on the ankle, you're going around the ankle. So you're working on all the reproductive organs, and you are stimulate even the pelvic area and all. You're actually helping in stimulating that. Same way, then on this side also, in the same way, like here is your heart or your liver, depending whichever foot you are doing. So from here, you dig your fingers in, and then you slide your hand down nicely like this. Nicely down. Dig your fingers in, and you slide your hand nicely down like that. And same here, along the ankles, you come nicely like this. Then the Achilles tendon, like this is the Achilles tendon, which is again a very important part of our body, because it is holding the entire weight of our body, and then it is connecting, the Achilles tendon is connecting the foot to the heel. They always say that the foot is the horses of our body. An individual normally walks, even if you've not done your morning walk and all, we are walking almost 4 kilometers a day, just the movement in the house and all that. So the tiny feet are taking the weight of, say, Moy is lightweight, she may be 50 or 60 kgs, I've never asked her weight, but from 50 kgs to 100, 200 kgs is what the tiny foot is taken. So the foot is like the most treasured part in our body. Whenever I teach reflexology to my therapists, the first therapy that I teach them is the foot reflexology. I always say, if you cannot touch the foot of a client the way you would touch a face of the client, you just cannot do a therapy. You should love the foot of the client the way you love a face of the client. You know how you would, your hands would move like that, they should move on the foot. Now, to stimulate the circulatory system in a very relaxed manner, you just like in a circulation, you do it on the top of the foot like this nicely. On the top of the foot, nicely like that. Do it 2, 3, 4 times, how much you feel. And then you, like here, if you would see it point-wise, our point of fallopian tube and all is over here. And then you just let it go like this. And then you slide your hand, bring your hand down like this nicely towards the toe. See, our blood and the lymph. Blood is coming from your heart, pure blood is coming there, and it is coming here. Now, when they say that massage improves the blood circulation, it improves because we are making the muscle move. Now, over the muscle, we have a fascia. Fascia is like a very gel-like of thing on the, it covers the, it's like a jelly-like of a substance which covers the muscles, and it runs meters and meters long. You should stimulate the fascia. See, muscle will only get a blood supply or the nutrients from the blood only when the fascia is stimulated. The fascia is warmed up. Then the blood supply will go to the muscle. So warming the fascia is very, very important. Now our pure blood will come down. Impure blood goes up again to be recycled and come down. Now when the impure blood is going from our feet back to the different parts of the body, there is a whitish liquid that is oozed out of the blood, like it's a byproduct of the blood, which is known as the lymph, like it's the lymphatic liquid, fluid that is there. The lymph stores the bacteria and the viruses, friendly or unfriendly, in it. Now, when the unfriendly ratio of the viruses or the bacteria increases, that's when we have a fever, to start with small things like tiredness, fatigue, fever, cold, cough. Then it will lead to major diseases like cancers and all. I have like given reflexology treatment to cancer patients even till their last day of their life, just for a comfort. I mean, everybody in their families knew that our family member is going, but so that, some soothing hands are there, some light movements are there, and the person can bear the pain, or maybe the mind is diverted. So to move the lymph is very, very, very important. And for moving the lymph on your day-to-day basis, what you could do is very simple again. Like you can, like how is a mosquito like this, here are your toes, you can just like pull the toe up nicely like that. All the toes you can do it. And then in the webbing of the toes over here, like this particular point is connected to your backbone. These are the lines in the foot, like you may not see them, but like they are virtual lines. So here, if you just with your thumb in half an inch, you go downwards. So you are letting the lymph move up. Lymph only moves in an upward direction. You are helping the lymph to move up nicely. Same way like you do it in all the toes. Now lymph has nodes and lymph has network. The first set of nodes in the lymph will be under the knees, like at this area. So when you people are taking a shower in the morning or something, what you could do is just like you let the fingers of your hands touch in the center, just behind the knees here. You can like put your thumb is on the knee, and like you're not pressing the thumb, but from down the fingers, they are just coming like this. So you're stimulating the. Can you put it up? Thanks. So with the because something. So here, so this area, like here, if you just do this, it's a very soothing feeling. You feel very nice also. You can even practice it in the office, just over your trouser or over your dress. You can just do it like this. You'll feel very soothed up. So bring it in the center and move it outside. Then with your hand, you can, in the figure of 8, you can do it under the knee again. So then you've stimulated all the lymph nodes over here so that your lymph doesn't get stagnated here. It is moving upwards. It has to move upwards for the blood circulation to happen. So massage is not only stimulating the muscles, it's stimulating the lymph network and the lymph nodes also. Then only you will feel relieved. Many times I feel this particular therapist has given me more relief than another one. So means the person with whom you've got a relief knows what he or she is doing. That's the reason why you are feeling good. Then along your knees, just above your knees, like here are your nodes, here is the lymph network. So you can just like stimulate it here. Yeah. Then we have the lymph nodes in the groin area, and along the thigh, we have the lymph network. Then here, then the seat, the thymus gland is the seat for the lymph. Like thymus gland and spleen are the two organs which will store the lymph. So your like the thymus gland and the spleen should work very well for the lymph to flow in the body. Okay? Yeah. Yeah. So that should flow. So then here, then your clavicle, like in the clavicle, below the clavicle and above the clavicle again are your lymph nodes over here. Then in your underarms, you have the lymph nodes. So when you're taking a shower, you can always take a scrubber and make an extra effort to sort of below the knees, your underarms. You can always do it like in a figure of 8. When you do it in a figure of 8, you're even soothing. I mean, it's a soothing effect. Plus, you are doing it with a conscious effort. You are actually doing it. And then along your arms, how we have along the legs, like right from your thigh region till down, we'll have the lymph network. Same way, along our arms, we'll have the lymph network again. then here. Then, like if when we come to our face, so our ears are there, then we have all our lymph nodes in the front of the ear and the back of the ear. So how you have a scissors like this, you can just and you come down. Then here is your SCM muscle. So here again is connected to your lymph and it gives a soothing effect. So with your 4 fingers like this, you can very nicely, you can just let it, even when you're stressed, even when you're thinking of something, you can just bring it down like this nicely, like this. Why I'm stressing upon on the face is that how you have lymph, how you have reflex points in the soles of the feet. Same way, every organ in your body has an area allocated on your face. If I were to tell you that the chin area, this represents your pelvic area, maybe you're aware, maybe you're not aware. So some small movements like you can, and when you do this, you're not only stimulating the pelvic area, but you are even indirectly, you're straightening your arms, you're letting the scapula, you will feel it's an exercise. It's a very indirect exercise. So the scapula will actually join, you straighten the arms. You can just do it nicely like this. Don't do it like this, be conscious of it and do it so nicely like this. And you can bring it over here nicely. You can, on your forehead, you can nicely do this because the forehead area, it represents your intestines, your urinary bladder, and all that it represents. Under your eyes is like your kidney points and all. So for here, again, in this movement, you can bring it nicely like this on the sides, nicely like this. And you can do it both sides at the same time also, or at one time. Then the temple area is where your liver is. Here is where your heart is. Now for the heart to stimulate it, you can just take your index finger and the thumb. And with your own hand, if you place it like in between just below your eyebrows, there are 2 very tiny balls over there. So if you just do it like this and you press it and press it upwards, even if you have a headache or you're feeling very tired, pressing that point for some time, it gives you a relief. And the pressure can be exerted because you're doing it yourself, how much you would like to do it, like that way. So this would sort of cover a DIY which you can practice yourself at home in a very holistic manner, in a very nice manner. Yeah. Yeah. Hi, Pooja.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Reena. I think it's so interesting to look at that every point of your body is so connected to your internal organ. Organs that we can't really see, but you can connect them from outside. So thank you so much for this fairly comprehensive, and I think this is such a vast area. 1 hour doesn't really do justice. But I'd like to ask the audience, if you have any questions, if you're suffering from any area which Dr. Reena can quickly give you a tip. We have about just 5-10 minutes that we can take a couple of questions, and she can probably respond to you personally.
Hello.
Hi.
Yes.
Hi. I'm Sheila. I'm 66 years old.
Okay.
I've got a very low back pain. What can I do by myself to improve on that?
See, for a low back pain is you have to strengthen we have a psoas muscle here, which is like in the 3rd layer muscle is a psoas muscle. And that psoas muscle is like the largest muscle in our body. It starts from here, goes to the back and goes up to like the thoracic region. It's there. I will share. You don't have a knee pain?
Pardon, knee pain?
Knee pain? Okay.
No, not only when I'm climbing too many steps. Otherwise, not there.
Okay. So see, you need to strengthen that. As how I told you, you need to do some stretching exercises. So if you take a bolster and you, I'll just show it to you on the bed, and then I'll share the exercise video with Pooja and with Uma. they can always share it with you. So this is one exercise which all of you can do like on a regular basis. Somebody who doesn't have knee pain or somebody even who has a knee pain, you are strengthening it. So you just sit down like this, like in a Vajrasana, you sit down and the bolster is here. You are just resting yourself on the bolster. And as you do it, you are actually just stretching your pelvic region. And you nicely, comfortably make yourself comfortable. And you lie down like this. Head can be anywhere. This can be like right from 5 minutes to whatever time you can. I sit down like this in the morning every day for around 15 to 20 minutes I do it. So this will, in time to come, it will strengthen your pelvic area. It will strengthen the hamstring muscles, your calf muscles. You are letting your blood circulation happen better. Your digestion will be better because then the stomach region will be pressed again. This is one. Second is when you get up in the morning and you're still fatigued, not only morning, I mean, I do it in the morning because that is the time that I have. What you could do is you just keep a bolster here under your legs nicely and you comfortably lie down like this. So when you are comfortably lying down like this is raising your hamstring muscle and it is resting your back. So this you can do 15 minutes, 20 minutes, half an hour. I do it like around 20 to 30 minutes in the morning. I've made this as my meditation pose. I even at times just take my shoulders up like that. For many people like who are in a very tensing job, though we have a reflexology chair to do the reflexology, but for many people who are in a very, very senior position, high tensing job, I do the reflexology for them lying down on the bed in this position. So now when you're doing this, you're raising your hamstring muscles, you're resting your back. So this is a passive exercise that you are doing to strengthen your back muscles. And it's very, very, very effective. Because I learned all these therapies with a back pain. Like I had a herniated disc and I had a knee problem and ACL tear, a meniscus tear. And in that condition, I actually learned all these therapies. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Welcome. So I'll share these videos with Pooja and you can always practice them. And there is one small 1 minute exercise, Pooja, if we have time. I can just do it, and I think
sure, Dr. Reena, as long as the audience has time, this is all very valuable. So I'm leaving it to the audience and you.
Yeah. So this is for your upper body. You could do it standing or sitting. I'm now sitting on the bed, so it will help. So just join your hands, bring them like a thymus gland is here. So just bring them like this. So we are very conscious of each step. Join your hands here nicely. Bring your hands forward. Just take them apart, say about 4 or 5 inches like this. Be there. Take them there. Then in a big circle, you are bringing the hands at the back. Now, when we are bringing it at the back, we are joining the fingertips from here. Join the fingertips. Again, like be there for some time. So this will stretch your shoulders. Again, bring your scapulas close to each other, both the sides. Then bring the hands in front again. Just touch your fingers. There's no stress on the body. Just touch your fingers. Then you press them. Now, when you press them, you're actually pressing all the points. Proactively, you're pressing them. And here, then you interlace your fingers. You press the thumbs. You bring them like close to your chest. You stretch your arms down, stretch them up like this. Then you take them above your head, absolutely close to your ears like this. Then you can turn left or right like this. Be there. So you're stretching your entire side. Come in the center. Come towards your right again. Be there. Being there in the position, maybe for a minute or so, is very, very important. Then you come here, then you bring your hands on the nape of the neck and you join your elbows. Then you stretch your elbows like an eagle, like this nicely. You take your hands above the head, like this nicely. Then you come down and you shake, shake, shake. This is one exercise, like even when you want to take, say, a few minutes of a break from your work. All of us, we are working from home. Maybe the conditions of the home, like, we may have a proper office desk, or we may be doing with whatever we have. And then even the atmosphere is not there. It makes us tired. It makes us fatigued. So whether at home or in your office, then you can always, just to divert your mind or rest a while, you can do this sequence during any number of times. Just do it one time during your, whenever you're doing it. Like one round is more than enough. Yes. Yeah.
So, Dr. Ravneet, this was very relaxing. I just tried it out with the hand exercise. So it was very relaxing to my shoulders.
Yes.
So thank you for that. I was also interested in knowing about some exercises if you have arthritis and knee problems. So
see, for that you need to do foot reflexology. Like we have a foot reflexology, which is a treatment. Like we do it from your toes or your knees. Of course, you can always like here your knees are there. No, you can always with your own hands. You can go rotate around the knees and all. You can come down. That will soothe it up. But to actually remove the arthritis, or not remove it, to bring it to a bearable stage or very manageable stage, I would say, then you need to do a foot reflexology, like in a proper manner, like as a treatment module, you need to do it. Because then when, see, arthritis is the end result. It is affecting that particular bone or something. But the cause has been, different. Like there has been a series of things which has led to that. Like there's an imbalance between your uric acid and malic acid in the body, which is then affecting the bone area. That is why all this vatam and all, there's a disturbance in that. So we need to, when we do the foot reflexology, then we help in creating like a balance between the defective humors of the body.
Right. Thank you. Thank you.
Welcome.
Dr. Reena, there's a question posted by one of our guests here. So, Setu Morawal, he's asking, is cancer roller effective for this?
Which roller?
Cancer roller or cancer roller? I don't know, K-A-N-S-A.
See, rather than a roller, I am more in favor of a bolster. Because we have tried it on hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of clients of ours. Like in my phone, I have a database of 3,800 genuine numbers, like clients who have visited our centers and all. And these few things which I have told you, I tell one and all the same. So a bolster is much, much more effective. Then the roller, use it for your exercise, because the roller would not be, the height would not be appropriate to actually raise your hamstrings and rest your back. But a bolster gives you like the right angle, the 10-inch bolster and all, gives you the right angle for you to have a comfort level. Even when we are doing our facials and all, I tell all the technicians and therapists that keep a bolster under their legs. So that, relaxes them, it gives them a nice sleep, because the lymph is moving up, the pure blood is going down. It's like better. Other than if they don't do it, then when they get up after a therapy or after a salon session, they feel their back is really more strained. Yeah. So according to me, a bolster is much better. With a practically, I'm telling you that. Yeah. Can we finish?
Any more questions? Anybody?
How often one must do reflexology?
See, if you are just doing it from a relaxation point of view, then depending on your activity, say if you're a sports person or a lot of activity is there, then twice a month is fine. If you are It's like more of an office goer and more of a sitting job. And once a month is also perfect. But if somebody has a problem in the body, say somebody has arthritis or rheumatism, or somebody has high uric acid, or somebody's tired all the time, or somebody has plantar fasciitis, any condition is there, then initially you should do it as a treatment, maybe once or twice a week also. And then we taper it down. So that is how we, when we do it for you, we say we do a diagnostic overview of you. So we do a diagnostic overview. We know which organ or body part needs more attention, and we do it in that manner. And then we sort of taper it, bring you to a level where you're very, very comfortable and you're only doing it as a relaxation, not as a necessity for you. Yeah. So at least once a month is something which anyone and everybody can practice, receive it. But always receive it like from a trained person, always. That's one thing I must say, because we get people when we train them and they have worked in spas and all, and they come and do a session on us, like the body is more tired than you actually feel relieved, because they don't know what they are doing. But here in Pro Reflex or at Urban Unwind, we are teaching them how to do it. We guide them why they are doing it. We make them develop an understanding in their mind with a like a diagram. We tell them, when you're doing this, this is what is happening. When you're doing this, this is what is happening. So we are like moving them into a more scientific and a more methodology, that they understand the client's body, why he or she is receiving it and why we are doing it. It's not just mere moving the hands. So there's a feeling attached. Many people ask me, do you do a Reiki? I said, we don't do a Reiki. But of course, when we are moving on your hands or feet or on your body, we are imagining, because we know where the organ is situated, we are imagining the organ alongside with it. Like even in your back, along the spine, all your organs, vital organs are also situated, the reflex points of the vital organs are situated there. Like when we have a small baby at home, when they are very, very young, they want a burp. Many of us would have always let just fingers go slightly around the spinal cord of the baby. Then we, with light fingers, we just press their neck, with very, very, very nice fingers we do that. Why do we do that? Because that is the nerve endings over there. So when we do that, it gives a comfort to the baby. So same way we can do it for grown-ups also. Like in your scapula here, I'll show you, like many people after the COVID, when we opened in May, our center at KGA, because it's a golfing club, and see, like this is your arm here, this is your scapula, just in the center here, this is the lung point. So a lot of people had a lot of pain here. Even I experienced it in March. Maybe there was an anxiety. We had just started our center in KGA and it had closed in 27 days because of the COVID, or maybe I was too tired or fatigued, I don't know what. But this particular point would hurt me. My son is trained with me, so he could relieve it. So like somebody has a problem, just with your own thumbs, you just press it like that. Just press it. Like you can even hold it like this and just press it like this. And automatically you will, when you know the point, you'll reach the point and the person will feel a comfortable. So when you're pressing the lung point, you're letting the oxygenation flow. When the oxygenation will flow, automatically blood circulation, it's all a cycle. It's like it's accumulated cycle that happens in the body. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Reena. I think, we've had an additional 20 minutes of your time. And this was, very valuable because it's very practical and, you've sort of shown a demonstration rather than just talking. That really helps. Any other further questions? Participants, you can write into Uma and we'll definitely get it addressed from Dr. Reena. You want to talk a little bit about where your center is, Dr. Reena? If anybody wants to do any treatment or therapy, you can just let them know where your center is, located. Yes.
Yeah, sure. So see, our centers are in the clubs. Like we have it in Bangalore Club, Century Club, and in KGA. There, of course, it's mandatory you have to be a member or you have to be a member's guest. That is one. But we've opened one center on Lavelle Road, just opposite the beer club and the Canton restaurant, that we have named it as Urban Unwind. It is a 2,400 square feet area. All my therapists are very, very well trained over here. They have been with me for the longest time, and we have put them up over here. So I'll share it with Pooja and Uma. I'll even share the services card with them so that then they can, you can read it through and you can come with the website so you know what we are doing, how we are doing it and all. Yeah. If anybody has pain, the first name that they can think of is mine. Like it's like that, yeah.
Thank you so much, and thank you everyone who's joined in today. Some people had to drop out because this program was supposed to be till 5 o'clock. But for those who stayed back, you can keep in touch with us, and any questions we can get them. And of course, as Dr. Reena has mentioned, do visit her center as well. We've seen her journey. And she got into this practice because of a personal war story, which will be there for another day. But it's been a lot of her own personal challenge, which got her to make this part of her, second profession. So thank you, everyone, and a pleasure to have you with us, Dr. Reena. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Pooja, and thank you for, I never knew what to say to people, but this second innings is a name that I have taken from you. And like I always tell people, I'm in my second innings. So this is a name that I've taken from you, and I'm very grateful for that. Thank you so much for having me here.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thanks.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us
Thank
today.
you, Reena.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.
Therapy session.